in this session, let's learn about range partition. Okay, in the range partition, you divide your data based on a data range, whether it is a date range or a number range. Okay, I want to divide my data based on the sales month. Okay, all my January and February month I want in one partition, March and April in one partition, May and June in one partition, July and August in one partition, September and October in one partition, November and December in one partition. That means I am dividing my yearly data into 6 partitions. Okay, or if you think your data is really huge, then you can divide your data into 12 partitions. Okay, like January, February, all the way to December. Each partition holds a month worth of data. Okay, here you see I am creating a table called sales 1 and I am partitioning by range. And what is the column I am using for the range? It's a order date. That means based on the order date range, I am dividing the data into partitions. Okay, here it is partition, partition name, values less than 2015 July. That means all the data for the order date less than 2015 July 1st will be stored in partition sales P1507, and all the order rows with the order date less than or equal to 2015 August 1st will be stored under partition sales P1508, and all the rows with the order date less than 2015 September 1st will be stored in sales P1509, and all the other values which are greater than this value will be stored in the sales underscore Pmax. You see, I divided it to 4 partitions. Okay, but whereas you can create a table with 12 partitions and each partitioning holding a month's worth of data. Okay, now let's go and create this table. Okay, so it's just like we create a regular table, create table sales 1, and the column is customer ID, number, and I want the sales date, which is a date column, and then I want the order amount, which is number, and then I want the region, which is a varchar2 column of 10. Okay, so if we can create this table will become a non-partition table. I want this table to be partition. So partition by, we want a range partition, right? So range using which column? We want by sales date, right? Yes, sales date, close it, and then bracket start. So what's the first partition? Partition name I want to give it as 1506 P1506, values less than, and the date. Okay, to date of 01 January 2015 comma dd dash mon dash yy bracket close and close comma. Okay, that is my first partition. So let me paste this. Okay, control C and let me create 12 partitions, 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. Okay, and take the comma out and close the bracket. Okay, so let me rename that 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17. You can name the partition name however you want. Okay, they need to be distinct for the given table. Okay, and here I need to change the range, right? February, March, April, May, This is June, July, August, September, October, November and December. And let me do that. Suppose example, if we have more values after December, we will take this out and we'll say max value. Okay, so that means if the values are greater than or equal to 1st December, they'll be stored in this partition. Okay, and I'll make this P151. So now you see, this is the table. I have 4 columns and I am creating a range partition on sales date, and I am creating 13 partitions. Okay, one for each month, and then after that, if there is any value greater than or equal to 1st December, I'll be storing in the P1518 partition. Okay, so let me select that and create the table. You see, table sales 1 created. Now let's insert some data. Insert into sales 1 values customer ID 12th Jan 2015, comma, order amount 10 and East. Okay, so and let me insert and then commit. Okay, so where will this row be inserted? It is 12th January, right? So is it less than 1st January? No. So is it less than February? 1st February? Yes. So this row will be stored in the partition P1507. Right? Okay, let me insert this February and make the order ID as, and run this, insert another row and let me commit. Okay, so now how do we check where these rows are stored? Okay, so I will do sales 1 to show that we have 2 rows. Okay, we have 2 rows. So now if you want to query the data for a particular partition, it is partition and the partition name. So I want to see if there are any rows in P1506. Okay, so I select that, close it and semicolon. So no rows. Okay, because we didn't insert any rows with less than 1st January 2015. So let me query P1507. So now let me run that. You see, the 12th January 15 sales date row is stored in the partition P1507 because 12th January is less than 1st February 2015. Okay, like this, depending upon your sales date value, the rows are stored in different partitions. Okay, and let me show you something else. Okay, so I'll take this out and say where sales date equal to 12th January 2015, and let me execute this. Obviously you'll get one row. How do we know that Oracle access the entire table or it just access that one partition? Let's take a look at the explain plan. Okay, so here I go and run the execution plan. Okay, you see the third button, this is your execution plan, and if you look at the execution plan, you see partition range single. That means it accessed only one single partition to get this data. Okay, cool, right? Like this, using a range partition, you can divide your data using the range into multiple partitions and manage it effectively. Okay.